Hi guys, it's Miss Love. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about how to set up your journals for our reading workshop. You guys all selected your own novels that you were interested in, and now your job is to read them and think about them and kind of write about what you're thinking. So, if you would grab a notebook, and I want you to kind of draw some lines down the page. So, one section is going to include the page number where you found whatever it is that you're interested in writing about. Another column needs to be labeled literary device. And if you can figure out what that is, that's awesome. More power to you. If not, whenever I conference with you about what it is that you're reading, we'll talk about it. You need another section, another column labeled quote. So, whatever it is that you're reading that catches your attention, maybe it's just some specific words that a character uses or the description of the setting, whatever it is that you read that makes you think something, I want you to write that down too. And then the most important column is going to be labeled response. And really, you can start there. If you're reading your novel, going along, da 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 da, and then something suddenly comes up and you're interested in writing about that, then write down what your thoughts are. So on page one of The Catcher in the Rye, Holden Caulfield kind of starts to talk about how he doesn't want to talk about this, and he doesn't want to talk about that, and he doesn't want to get all touchy and feely and things like that. So a lot of students really start to notice his tone, and they write down some of those words. They write about how, man, it sounds like this kid kind of has a bad attitude. Like I don't know about him. And they write about it for a little while, and then if you work backwards, after you discuss the fact that this kid seems like he's got a chip on his shoulder or something, then you go back one more and say, well, what were the words that made me think that? He's talking about he doesn't want to do this, and he thinks this is all really touchy, and he's kind of bored. So touchy, bored, I think he says crap. You can write those things down. Holden Caulfield says so. That's what made you think that the kid, maybe has a bad attitude. And if you go back one more space to where it talks about literary device, think about all of the little tools that we've been trying to teach you for all these years in English classes, tools that writers use to help create these works of fiction. It might fall under characterization for you. We're getting to know this character. The things that he says are helping us understand who he is. You might call it tone because you're starting to understand, the way that this character is feeling. So, whatever you choose, just make sure that you understand there's a connection, and can explain it whenever we conference with each other. And then, last but not least, don't forget the page number where you found it.